was that guy? So, for him to bring it up, I thought he was silly, but these fans want to, because Ben is a representative of the trolls. Like, most of the trolls look like Ben Askren.
If I can give you any advice, that's hilarious. Yeah. That is hilarious. If I can give you any advice, please don't pay attention to anyone.
Shit.
Don't pay attention to comments. You know that glass jar?
Yeah.
Once you smash that thing, just don't even put anything in there anymore, man. Nothing.
I've heard you say that so many times. Like when I started paying attention to the show, I started watching the show, and I watched the one you did with Tyrant when Tyrant was up here, and you're so right. Like because that's one thing that I always felt like so unfair about Tyrant is a lot of people just gave him shit because, and I think it started because he didn't take that belt. They didn't dethrone George St. Pierre. So I think a lot of it stemmed from that. So
I don't know about that, man.
I know it doesn't.
The way he stopped Robbie Lawler, if that didn't give people...
I understand, but George St. Pierre was still looping around as the welterweight champion.
But sort of not, because he retired.
He said, I'm going to step away.
Yeah, but he stepped away.
Yes, I understand. For you being, obviously you know so much about the sport, you're being in the sport for so long. Yes, but for these fickle fans that don't know shit.
That's why you can't listen to
all
him.
They know is George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre was a champion, and he never lost his belt.
Yeah.
So I felt like Tyrant never got his fair share necessarily.
I feel like the same.
Because they're like, oh, he never took the belt from George. And he always wanted that fight. I think it was
the Wonder Boy fights. I think the Wonder Boy fights were so fucking hard.
Yeah, but even before that.
He had to fight Wonder Boy that way. That is the way you fight that guy.
Yes. Unless, someone like me comes in and does it easier.
What would you do it? What would you do?
I don't know. I just do me.
Because he's still in the mix.
Yeah, I would just do me. I will eventually get a hold of him. I will eventually break him and, eventually make it look easy. And then people are going to just complain. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. The problem with him is he's so difficult to get close to. Yeah. He's a different guy because his style's so different. He'll stand totally sideways on you. His hands will be down, and he can wrestle. I mean, in terms of takedown defense, he's got good takedown defense, and his strikes come from fucking weird angles, man. He moves like a snake.
Yes.
Like he bends at the waist, then pops forward. You ever watch him kickbox?
Yeah, and that freaking, but I saw that, I knew it was a problem when he threw that one kick that came over the fucking shoulder and smacked the chin.
Question mark kick. Yeah,
it was weird.
He does it off the front leg. He's very good with it. You don't even know what's going on. You think maybe he's going to kick you in the body.
Yeah,
and it loops around,
comes over the top and smacks you in the face. No, he's very talented. Like I like Wonder Boy a lot. But like I just felt like I saw that show with Tyrant, and you said the exact same thing to him, and that's what I said too, and that's what I was thinking too. But it's easier said than done because partially what I got into this and why I appreciate the platform that I have right now is the fact that you can affect so many people at such a rapid amount of time, because there's been instance to where I don't know if you ever remember that movie, What Women Want.
I never watched
Mel Gibson.
I didn't watch it.
And basically he could hear women's thoughts and things like that. And then there was a girl, the office girl in the movie, who she was planning to kill herself because no one really paid attention to her. She's like, no one would care. And she just walked around with books. I applied for a job. Everyone blew me off. No one cares. I'm going to kill myself this day. So she was planning to kill herself. And he heard her because he could hear what women think. He heard her thoughts. But initially didn't really pay attention to it until later on he realized she was missing from the office. And then he ran to go find her and essentially saved her life. But my thing is, and it's a quote that I live by, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, what if there's someone that's dealing with something at a certain time? And yes, I didn't ask to be put in that position. But they just decided, I'm just going to reach out and send a message before I kill myself this day. No one's going to respond. No one's going to care. And I happened to read that message and talk that kid off the ledge. And that kid becomes fucking, wins the Nobel Peace Prize later on in life. Like, that's a responsibility that I have. That I didn't put that on myself, but that I have with the gift that I've been blessed with to touch so many people. And so how am I going to know that if I never read any of my messages or comments or things like that? Yes, of course, the negative ones, blow it off. But how do I know it's negative if I don't read it? So that's what I'm saying. It's easier said than done. It's like I read this. If now what I do is I read it. If I even feel like it's getting negative, delete. Dilly, I can't read them all because after that fight, I got thousands.
I'm sure.
So, I can't read them all, but every now and again when I'm bored enough and I have time, like I'll read some of it because sometimes it is good things, but that
most
is very
of the time it's
easy.
good things. No?